Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ESPN Micro. This is your host, Pork Normandy, along with Slim McDonald.
Good to be here, Porky.
All right, so we got an exciting Friday of sports to get to today. The main focus of today is going to be the Run Fast, Turn Left Fantasy Football League. Really exciting league this year, Slim.
It looks like it, Porky. It looks like it's going to be a good one. You know, this past week we saw a complete beatdown of the team Wilkford on the first date by Coach Formicelli. By the margin of 205 to 111. They got their asses beat. Devontae Freeman, AJ Green, Larry Fitzgerald, and Greg Olson all having huge games for Coach Formicelli. We saw Team How About Them Apples and Team Stavdale continue their undefeated streaks. In an early season, sitting at first and second place with 3-0 records. Team Liguori having strong outing, knocking the Montauk Monstars down 0-3. They're not doing too well, Porky. I'm telling you that. While troubled Team Black Jesus got his first win of the season against the up-and-coming coach Tim Osborne, and his team, Is Mayonnaise an Instrument? I'm not really sure the answer to that question. While Show Me Your TDs also pulled out a close win over Golden Girlies kill count, handing Coach Marucci his first loss of the year. So, Porky, for the people out there that don't know much about fantasy football, what do you need in order to succeed this deep into the season?
Well, let me tell you, Slim, there's two things that you want to focus on. One, you want to make sure that your team is full of starters. Now, there's a lot of guys that look great in August, they look great in the preseason, they look great on draft day, but once they actually make it to the team, their role doesn't pan out how we thought they were going to pan out. So you want to make sure that you have a team full of starters. Now, it's good to keep a nice backup handcuff of your top tier running back, but outside of that, you want to make sure you have a team full of starters that can contribute when you need them to contribute. The other big factor to look at now that the season started is to watch the waiver wire. There's always some Joe Schmo in August that nobody ever knows of, but as soon as he starts catching the ball or starts running the rock, he really starts to turn some heads and put up some big points. This year we've had Matt Jones of the Washington Redskins, we've had Carlos Williams of the Buffalo Bills, all make huge impacts when no one's really thinking too much of them come August.
Thanks a lot, Pork Muffin. Appreciate it. So after we get back from this commercial break, we're going to take a look at the teams to watch for the rest of the year going forward. Be ready. Be excited. It's going to be intense.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to take a little bit of a deeper look at the Fantasy Football League Run Fast, Turn Left.
So, Porky, do any of those 0-3 teams actually think they still have a chance in this league?
I'll tell you what, Slim, there is an 0-3 team I like. Will Fork on the first date. Now, I know he's had some terrible luck so far, and he has another tough matchup this week against Team Stavdale, but if you look at the roster, he has a solidly built roster, right? His quarterback, Russell Wilson's been averaging 18 points a game. He's not necessarily a game breaker, but still averaging 18 points a game. That's enough to win. He had Jamal Charles, stud running back, great out of the backfield, top-tier running back. Rashad Jennings, he's still the workhorse in New York. The New York running back situation's a terrible one for fantasy, but he's still the workhorse. He still gets goal line carries. He could be an asset moving forward. Terrence Williams, now that Des Bryant is out for 10 to 12 weeks, it's not really certain at this point, Terrence Williams becomes a very valuable pickup, even with Brandon Weeden throwing him the ball. Now we have Travis Kelce. The tight end's been money this year. Him and Rob Gronkowski have been the two top-tier tight ends thus far. Mike Evans in the slot. Slow start, had a little bit of injury, hamstring problem, but he's really coming back, and I think he's going to play some great football. As soon as he gets Deshaun Jackson back, that'll be another big thing. And even, Percy Harvin's been playing pretty good football too. I might drop RG3 from the bench. I think that ship has sailed, but outside of that, I think he has a solid enough roster moving forward. But not only do I think this 0-3 team has a good shot of going forward, there's a 3-0 team that I'm not huge on either. All right, Slim? Let me tell you. Team Stavdale, I know 3-0. He finished second place last year. GM's a genius. I don't like how this roster's built for the long term. Although it seems like he certainly took my advice and grabbed Carlos Williams and really watched the waiver wire, but Phillip Rivers, he's averaging about 14 points a game. That's not going to win you a lot of football games. Frank Gore, he's on the bad side of 30. He hasn't looking good. The Colts offense in general hasn't looked great. They've been playing come from beyond football, a lot of throwing the ball. Antonio Brown, game breaker, no problem there. Emmanuel Sanders, Denver's offense has been puttering around. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to be down the stretch. Jordan Reed, another money tight end. I like him. The Packers defense, a little bit suspect, but not bad. And even Andre Ellington we have on the bench, and Julian Edelman, and even Tevin Coleman when he comes back. Those are solid pickups. But I don't necessarily know if this team has enough proven talent to keep the undefeated streak going. But with that also said, I think there's one wild card team I want to have everyone be on the lookout for moving forward. All right? Here we have Team Ligori. Let me get a better shot of this for you guys. Team Ligori. Now, he didn't have a great start. He's a 1-2 by my estimation, but Derek Carr, quarterback, I love that. The guy's slinging the ball to Amari Cooper. The two of them, they look like Matt Stafford and Megatron back in the day. Not quite there yet, but a solid connection between the two of them. Arian Foster, who we got fourth or fifth round, now coming back from injury, top-tier running back for years. He'll come right up and perform. Carlos Hyde looked money thus far. We have Steve Smith Sr., wily veteran. Didn't play great last night in the Thursday night game against Pittsburgh, but he has a lot left in that tank. Joseph Randle in the flex. I'm not the hugest Joseph Randle fan, but to have him in the flex, that's solid. Delaney Walker, backup tight end. Ronnie Hillman, who very well could eventually take the job there in Denver, starting running back. Remember, you want starters. And he also has Dez Bryant, who should come back by the end of the season. Team Ligori could really make a big impact in the second half of the season.